Hey everybody. Oh, just catching my breath for a second here. I wanted to kind of show what I'm planning with this bedding cut here and why I'm cutting it, where I'm cutting it. So you can see there's a pond behind me. Now if I pan back this way, there's a ridge. So this is where I'm cutting right here. It's a bench on a ridge. All right, let me flip that camera around here quick. So the plan here is to get some good regen going and maybe hinge cut a few trees to get bedding going here. Now we know deer love bedding on flat spots on ridges, and you can see there's a fresh deer bed right there. There was a fresh deer bed right there until I stepped in it. I found 3 or 4 beds in here. But what I'm doing is I'm going through, I'm getting the ironwood down first, hinging a few of the bigger ones, but mostly flush cutting them. This is a predominantly oak forest. If you can look up on the ridge there, it's predominantly oak. So what I'm doing right here is I'm gonna drop these aspen. So I got probably 8 or 9 aspen here, very, very mature. If I knock these aspen down, this bench, which runs right here, it runs right up over there, and then it drops down and runs through a bottom, nice flat bottom. This bench is gonna blow up with regen. So when I get these aspen down, they're gonna have food and cover instantly this summer, because this regen will grow 6, 7, 8 feet tall this summer. And it's gonna become an aspen thicket, even though there's only, maybe a dozen aspen trees here. So perfect spot for bedding, perfect spot for the aspen to be growing. Perfect in the fact that this is a predominantly oak forest. Now we're going to have some aspen regen for diversity. This spot is setting up awesome. There's already 2 or 3 cruising trails cutting through it that will keep open. But it's going to be a phenomenal spot for bedding. So, all right, maybe we'll see if there's time. I might take you through it here before it's all said and done. Show you what it looks like when we're done here. But going to be a great day to do some cutting. 40-some degrees here at the end of November. Doesn't get much better than that. Alright, I'm going to shoot the back half of this video. I'm not quite done cutting yet, but I'm going to run out of daylight here in about an hour, hour and a half. So I'll show a little bit of what I had going on here. So first things first, that was the ultimate goal. We got full sun coming in right here. There's a cabin right there. They got a spotting scope in the cabin. They should be able to literally sit from the cabin and be able to see deer bedded on this ridge with the spotter. So that's pretty awesome. But again, the reason why I picked this spot was, one, the aspen. I cut probably 8 or 9 aspen. There are a few standing yet, but they were leaning the wrong way and didn't want to fight the tree lean, so left them up there. But yeah, this is looking really good. So here, I'll just kind of show again with any bedding cut. There's plenty of room to move around for the deer. With the aspen, flush cut them. See, notch them and drop them. These aspen were junk. They were hollow, so they were worth nothing from a timber standpoint, but they're worth a lot by cutting them down, because this whole area, now that we have full sun in it, is going to explode with aspen regen just from those 8 or 9 large aspen trees I dropped. A lot of ironwood, flush cut most of them, hinged a few. But yeah, this is a nice flat spot. You can see looking up that ridge. It's fairly steep, but here's a beautiful bench before we work down to the pond. And I like to leave nice open spots like that, just for bedding nooks and for regen. But I also like to give little canopied spots. Here there wasn't much for trees to hinge, so not a whole lot of little canopied beds, but I do have spots. I got one tucked up right over in there. It's a nice escape out the back. Got little spots like that set up, but mostly it's just about side cover and it's about sunlight in this spot, and that's all we're going to need. And that should have the deer definitely responding. They'll be in here nipping at these buds. Love cutting in the winter because you're feeding the deer as well as building up your habitat. So yeah, just a quick tour. There's more to it, but the big thing with this spot was just that I wanted to really focus on was the fact that the trees were the right kind of trees here. Had the aspen, had the junk ironwood to get rid of. So now we have the sunlight and we'll have the aspen regen. All right, you all take care. God bless.